it's Mr. Johnson. If you remember last week in primetime, we started talking about the row the boat philosophy of the University of Minnesota. That's their never give up mentality that they bring to life, and then it carries over to their games. We discussed the oar, which is the passion and the energy that we need to be successful in life. When you face big waves in life, life's challenges, you can choose to stop rowing and give up, or you can keep your oar in the water and keep working through whatever it is you're working through. Keep rowing. I want to talk to you today about the boat. For me, this is maybe the most important, but also probably the hardest part to understand and explain, mostly because it doesn't always fit neatly into that metaphor of the boat. But some people are going to question, why do I want more people in my boat, especially a big dude like you? That sounds a little crowded and a little sinky and a little tippy. I get that, but don't be a hater, and that's not how this boat thing works. So just try to bear with me. According to Coach Fleck, the boat is the sacrifice. Sacrifice means giving something up for someone else or for a cause. He asks, what are you willing to give up for something you've never had? In other words, how badly do you want to achieve your goals? And how much extra are you willing to work for it? This idea becomes more important and more powerful when you connect yourself to others in your life who are on the same journey with you. Those people could be your family, your friends, your neighbors, your teammates, or people at school. What are you willing to do for those people that you care about? To understand how this boat metaphor relates to your life, it might help to understand a little bit more about how Coach Fleck uses this for his football team. He asks his players to sacrifice for each other. They get up at 5 a.m. to practice before classes. They spend extra time in the weight room getting physically stronger, and they spend extra time studying their playbooks and their opponent's game film so that they're more prepared for their games. They have required homework sessions that they go to, and they help their teammates with their homework when it's needed. And they're required to try to sit in front of every class and be engaged and act as role models to other students. They do community service projects at the university, helping other students, and they take care of the campus. They give their time to visit sick kids in the hospitals. The players don't see these things as things that they're doing for themselves. They see this as sacrificing and donating their time that they could be drinking Mountain Dew and playing video games, hanging out with their friends, but they're investing and giving their time and talents and energy to their team and their school and their community. There's that community word again. So what happens is the players are not playing for themselves, they're becoming part of something bigger. Being part of that team makes them work harder, play harder, and be better people because it's not about the individual anymore. It's about doing your best for one another, doing your part to make the team better and not letting them down. All those people doing their best for each other, that's what they mean by the boat. The more people who are supporting each other and rowing in the same direction at the same time, the stronger the boat. And that it gets bigger, and the waves of life get bigger, and you can get through them together. When you make the time for other people to support them, encourage them, and push them in the right way, you make them stronger. You're in their boat with them. And when people do that for you, they're in your boat. Here's an example. After supper, there are a bunch of dishes in the kitchen hanging out waiting to be washed. But it's Tuesday. It's your brother's turn to do them. But your brother just got home from practice, hardly had time to eat, and you notice he looks kind of down. He said practice didn't go well, and he's got a ton of homework, he's just feeling low. So without being asked, you clear your things, start in on the dishes. When your brother looks up and sees what you're doing, you can just wave him off and say, I got this tonight, bro. That's a sacrifice. It's a gift from you to him. Will being in his boat like that make you stronger? No. But what if your brother is also rowing with you? Maybe the next night you can't figure out your math problem and he sees you pounding your head against the math book. What might he do? Hey man, you need some help? Well, now you're stronger together. Maybe you're the one that walks the dog even though it's cold out and dark. Or you purposely don't eat the last piece of pumpkin pie, but you save that piece for your little sister, or even better, your dad. Or maybe a friend tells you a story and you actually listen and you don't just try to top it with something better, even though you may even have one better. And then when you ask somebody, hey, how you doing, you actually mean it. Some of you might know that I coach a girls basketball team over at the high school. Our theme for the year is we over me. That fits right into this philosophy. So I've got 10 players on my team. During the last game, I subbed a girl in for one of the starters. She came out of the game and I gave her a high five, said, nice job. She looked at me funny. I said, you didn't do anything wrong? And then she asked, well, then why are you taking me out? Well, I pointed to her teammate and said, well, she wants to play too. It's not all about you. It's about us. After the same game, another girl came to me and asked, Coach, I was just wondering, could you tell me what are some things that I especially need to work on to get better at so I can help the team more? She didn't ask, how can I play more? Because if you play more, then somebody else has to play less. That's just how it works. So to truly feel, how can I help the team more? That is when we're rowing in the same direction. That's when you will do whatever it takes for your team, and you know that they've got your back too, and they'll do the same for you. Think about this. Who is in your boat? None of us are alone. Who gives you attention, food, clothes, advice, encouragement? Who can make you laugh? Who can you cry with? For some of you, it's family members, friends. Others may have neighbors, teammates, or maybe people at a church. And I hope you all know that you've got a bunch of teachers in your boat too. These are people that you know you can count on and have your back. And if you think you need some more people like that, the best way to do that is to be that person for more people yourself. Give of yourself. Give of your time. Give your attention and put your heart out there for other people. Get in as many other boats as you can. And when we all do that, and we're all growing into one big unsinkable ship, your boat is made up of all the people who give and sacrifice for you.